Yo, it's your boy Hardwood, and it's Sunday, the Lord's Day, and I'll be reacting to when disrespecting another player goes too far. And these are the most disrespectful moments in the NBA. Let's get right into it.
69% from the free throw line. Here's James.
Oh, damn, that was cold. Oh, did you see that?
Varejão. After watching his teammate miss a dunk, he came down the court, put up a valiant effort, but instead got folded like a lawn chair by a man half a foot shorter than him and 50 pounds lighter. Look at this. This is fucked up. You don't recover from stuff like this. Just disrespectful.
Bro, he folded him like a lawn chair from that poster. Yeah, bro, if I were him, I would have moved back to Brazil. I will never show my face in Miami ever again. This is crazy, bro.
In fact, the NBA has had its fair share of disrespectful moments, like when Shaquille O'Neal dunked so hard on Chris Dudley, he nearly made him cry in the middle of a basketball game. Or the infamous moment when Allen Iverson
Shaq is a bully, bro.
Then stepped over Tyronn Lue. Or what about the time when Scottie Pippen dunked so hard on Patrick Ewing, it hurt my feelings? Moments that these players wish we didn't remember, but will never forget. Imagine working your entire life, pursuing a nearly impossible goal, then getting drafted to the NBA in the first round and becoming an Olympian, just to be remembered as the guy that Vince Carter jumped over that one time.
Oh, bro. You got drafted in the game, and the first time you come into play, someone is jumping over you and dunking on your sorry ass. Bro, if I were the one, I would have cried to my coach, bro. This isn't what I signed for. Damn, bro. Who were these people on? Who were these players on?
We all remember these all-time disrespectful moments. They were monumental.
Damn, look at that.
But what about in 2014, when Jeremy Lin in Staples Center waved off Kobe Bryant in the final minutes of a tie game, which is basically
the wave of the Mamba.
Now, it takes a brave man to wave off the Black Mamba in his own house. And luckily for Lin, he hit this shot. Granted, he did have to provide a full-length essay to Kobe explaining why on earth he waved him off. Because quite honestly, you don't just shrug off a 5.
Bro, how did you think of that, bro? You have the guts to wave up the Mamba. You want him to bite you? But you're lucky enough you made that shot, because if it were me, I would have squared up and asked you to square up too, because why'd you do that and what you do that for? Bro, now that's disrespectful.
Time champion in crunch time. Just like how you don't talk
What's going
to
on?
a man that whooped up on you the last time you played him. Like when Enes Kanter said that Zion Williamson was overhyped and just Julius Randle with hops.
Now, Zion is just playing himself, though.
I feel like he's Julius Randle with hops.
Julius Randle proceeded to
Williamson
remind Kanter
is
that
superb,
the last
man.
time Kanter tried to guard him, Randle dropped 45 points. But at least Randle waited to clap back on Twitter. Unlike Rafer Alston in 2009, who was getting busted so bad by Eddie House, he just slapped the man across the head. Eddie didn't say anything. He didn't touch him. He just came off the bench and lit Alston up for 31.
Bro, how you slap someone mid-game, bro? You can't do that to me, bro. Look at my muscles. I would have given you 5, 6, 7, bro. You will not see road to play the rest of the game. Because why'd you do that and what you do that for, bro? Is it envy or you were just frustrated, bro? These players don't know who I am, Shaq. I'm Hardwood.
Which I guess is grounds for getting the taste slapped out your mouth. But from one particular angle, you can actually see Eddie House bump skip after this 3.
Nah, it don't matter.
That's a case of double disrespect. Now, most NBA fans know that Ben Wallace is one of the strongest players of all time. But what you may not know is that he is so strong that one time he met Shaquille O'Neal at the rim and blocked him so hard that Shaq ended up on his back. Wallace was 6'8", 240. Shaq was 7'1", 325.
Jesus Christ. Why you do that to Shaq, bro? You made Shaq land on his back for the first time. I can imagine Shaq's feelings being shattered right now, because what do you do that, bro?
The man couldn't even get the ball out of his hand.
No. That's a foul. That's a flagrant foul there. No, that's a foul. That's a foul. Why did they give him? He touched his hands, bro.
With the strength of 10 crackheads, Ben Wallace sends Shaq back to the earth from which he...
The strength of 10 crackheads. That's what Ben Wallace possessed. Bro, you're too strong. You need to give me your gym routine, bro. I need that.
Can.
For you to get someone like Shaq O'Neal, you put him down and have him lay on his back, bro. That's crazy.
Just disrespectful. But I mean, at least Shaq and Wallace played the same position. In 2006, Chris Paul had one of the nastiest and underrated dunks in recent history when he packed one on a young Dwight Howard. Yes, you heard that right. And no, you are not in a parallel universe. 13 years ago, Chris Paul, a 6-foot guard, posterized Dwight Howard, a 7-foot shot-blocking center.
Number 2, Hornets.
Damn. But you told me that CP3, the 6-foot dunk over a 7-footer. Bro, we barely see things like this in the NBA. And CP3 actually did that to Dwight Howard. I mean, how is that possible? I wonder how Dwight Howard would have felt back then. Bro, I would have cried, bro. I would have cried. Damn.
And
Oh.
as if that wasn't disrespectful enough, Mans drew a foul while doing it. On the other end of the basketball spectrum, you have a guy that is so incompetent that he misses 4 point-blank layups in a row on his own hoop.
What's going on?
And then to top this off, he gets
What is the coach doing, bro? Get this kid out of the game. Because why will you miss 4 points straight? You could have passed, bro. You would have passed.
rejected by his own teammate and then does this weird walk-off trot, as if he's not even surprised he was shooting on the wrong hoop. Like,
Oh, he was even shooting on the wrong hoop. Bro, how didn't I realize that?
he's disappointed he didn't score on his own basket.
This dude is on
just
something,
weird.
he's on crack.
But foreign basketball can get weird at times. Like last season when Calvin Abueva of the Philippine Basketball Association and Terrence Jones, former NBA player, got into an odd but funny, but ultimately fucked up altercation. It all started when Abueva drops a shoulder on Jones, sending him to the floor. Jones then gets back at Abueva by sneaking in a shot to the giblets, immediately dropping Abueva like a bag of rocks. And after running around for about 6 years, it appeared that Calvin was over it. Little did Jones know, Abueva wanted one last shot on him.
Puts it up, doesn't work. Jones with a board.
Oh, bro, what kind of beef did they have, bro? Hardwood, do you see that? What kind of beef did they have? Damn, bro, that was cold. Oh, he's squaring up.
While chasing a rebound later that game, Calvin Abueva catches Terrence Jones off guard with what appears to be a clothesline from the depths
he didn't
of
brace for
hell.
impact.
One of the dirtiest and most disrespectful acts I've ever seen on the court.
Oh,
And to make matters worse, after causing an all-out brawl, getting ejected from the game, and facing an indefinite suspension, Abueva somehow manages to make matters worse by climbing onto the scorer's table and dancing to the Real Slim Shady by Eminem.
yeah, why he do that, though?
Why are you doing this? Why are you so out of control? Why are you dancing like that? Please, stop it. Can someone please
Bro, this is disrespectful, bro. You almost killed someone and you were dancing.
get this situation
If it were
under
me,
control? My
I would
God.
have knocked the
And to
fuck
top
out
all
of you,
this
bro.
off, this all took place on ESPN 5. So a whopping 27 people witnessed this madness. Absolutely pathetic. But disrespect does not discriminate. It can happen to anyone at any time. Like in the 2017 NBA playoffs when LeBron and the Cavs were doing their annual beatdown of the Toronto Raptors, and while up by 16 points, LeBron draws a foul, acts like a fool, then grabs a beer from a concessions lady and pretends to drink it. This is in the middle of a playoff game, and LeBron is so confident that the Cavs got this in the bag.
I mean, why you do that? What did you do it for, bro? He played that out smoothly, though. He knew he had missed that completely. He missed it, and he just played that smoothly so that no one is going to blame him for losing that. I mean, who would have thought?
Cracking jokes, doing sketch comedy
He didn't
on
drink.
the sidelines. Just imagine if, like, Ron Baker did this, or like Jared Dudley or something. That would be a huge fine and possibly a suspension. But hey, when you're the king, you can do stuff like this. But you ain't fooling me, LeBron. Everyone knows you're a wine guy. Speaking of disrespect and confidence, in 2012, in a game against the Bobcats, Kobe Bryant was so confident that he would sink a free throw that he bet Gerald Wallace $500,000 that he would make it. In a 2-point game with
$100,000.
4.8 seconds left in the fourth, Kobe Bryant was making $500,000 bets just to flex his dominance.
$500,000. 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bro, he would have made that 6 for me, man. I will make all the shots, bro. Make it 600. Damn, look at his face. He's so happy. Bro, that was crazy. He was making $500,000 bets every game. Bro, if it were me, if you don't make it 600, I'm not betting with you.
Yeah, look at him.
You know what? That's
Loves this time. Relishes it. And he and Gerald Wallace are
Found
having a
again.
conversation. That's Kobe and Gerald Wallace going at each other while Kobe's on the free throw line. Gerald's still talking to him. They're still having a conversation as Kobe's about to shoot the biggest free throw of the night.
Ooh, that was clean, bro.
That's just all in fun.
But at least Wallace was disrespected by an NBA legend. Unlike DeMarcus Cousins, who was called out by Brittany Griner in 2016 when she said she could beat him one-on-one. And as much as I would like to think she was joking, I am absolutely positive she really thinks she could beat DeMarcus Cousins.
I'm glad she's that confident in her abilities. But she's also a little delusional. It's not a walk in the park over here.
She says you'd be no better than the third best post player on the men's team.
I'm just gonna use that to fuel this. I mean, I'm better, but and I know that kind of gets at him, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay, little man.
The best part
Damn, she
about
called
this
him little man.
disrespect is the reaction from other NBA players who know damn well what the outcome would be.
Like the confidence, BG, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I would like to see that. I would pay.
Nah, she had a crush on you, bro. That's what I see here.
Front row though. I gotta be front row. I got cuz on that one.
But nothing tops the reaction from women's basketball coach legend Gino Ariamas when he heard what Griner said.
If there's no referee, I'm going to go to the ATM and I'm going to sell my house and I'm going to put all my money on DeMarcus Cousins.
Flawless victory.
What? Bro, he capping. Look at what your coach said. He said he gonna sell his house, he gonna empty his bank account, and he gonna bet on DeMarcus Cousins, bro. You just shut the hell up. Cause that's the highest disrespect. Next time when men are talking, you gotta talk, but there are some things you don't gotta talk.
Fatality.
Damn.
Now, Ben Simmons is known for his lack of three-point shooting. So to really humiliate the guy, Jimmy Kimmel brought him onto his show and challenged him to make a three. On this hoop with this ball.
Damn.
Just
I thought it
look
was
at
an
it.
edit.
This is an NBA player.
How nervous are you on a scale of 1 to 8,500 right now?
8,500.
8,500, all right. Will Ben make the shot? It's time to find out. Let's play big skip ball. Cousin Sal, help me get this ball up.
Yeah. But of all the disrespectful moments, quite possibly the saddest came last season when Harrison Barnes, two-time NBA champion, was traded from the Dallas Mavericks in the middle of a game.
This is being reported, folks, from Bleacher Report. Reportedly, Harrison Barnes mid-game.
Bro, what did Harrison Barnes do to deserve that? Imagine you being traded to another team mid-game, bro. You don't know. Your agent probably didn't know, or he went behind your back to make the arrangements. What is going on? To Sacramento mid-game, bro. This is one of the highest disrespect I've ever seen in the NBA. You don't do that. What did he do? Damn. Oh.
He's being traded to Sacramento for Justin Jackson and Zach Randolph.
He was traded for two players. Damn.
It's reportedly.
This isn't even funny.
It's not funny.
This is actually messed up. Look at the man. This is sad. But the game of basketball can be a rough place. The humiliation, the desperation, and the flat-out disrespect. Hope you all enjoyed.
Yeah. This is when disrespecting another player goes too far. And we see various disrespect both from players and the NBA itself. Imagine what's going on, but I need to know your opinion. Which one of the clips is your favorite disrespect? Which one do you think it's worth it and not worth it? I need to know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you in the next one on Wednesday. Peace out.